Oh man, that big pharma, I haven't, like, I'm aware of it. I haven't dug into all the details and the research of it. So I'm very curious, like I'm excited to learn from you about all of this. Like the
It's
more finer details of it. I know like the basic big picture stuff.
yeah, and before we present that case, let's say, or before we present that, because I never want to bring forth information or start really diving head deep into a subject until we've kind of got our talking points on it, and we're like, okay, here's what happened, here's the dates, here's the who, here's the why,
Yeah.
so that we're presenting it in the most factual way that we can.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring in an I think and I feel this happened into the discussion on those kind of subjects,
Yeah.
um, because I wouldn't want it done to me. And even though personally I'm not a big fan of those institutions, I want to make sure that what we present to anybody that watches anything that we do, I want to make sure that we present it in the best form possible
Yeah.
to them, so that we're not misleading somebody with information. It's
Yeah.
just, it's like right back from the box here. Here's what's in the box,
Yeah.
right? You pick up that box, you're reading the same ingredients as I am, so I can't manipulate what my discussion is going to be around talking about this subject.
Yeah. And so it's more rooted around coming from a place of love instead of a place of hate, right? Like you hate this
Right.
so much that you want to, bash it versus like, well, we just love sharing the information that's going to empower people where we're not trying to bash anything, but take, what you will with this information, form your own opinion about that. But yeah, I'm with you 100%. So
And
the
it anchors
love
me.
is where I come from.
Totally.
Even when I talked about football, I wouldn't really hate on the other teams. I'm just like, well, I just want my team to beat this other team, but they're nice guys too.
Totally. And it
So,
can it can anger you,
yeah.
the what we find, and there's going to be a lot of things that we find that anger us, but there's a difference between anger out of compassion than anger out of hate,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like I was reading on soap ingredients the other day as I was writing a website on soaps. So here's, I'll just bring it up. Just, we got a couple more minutes, don't we?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, so you go to the grocery store, right?
Hmm.
And this is kind of what drives a little bit of the passion behind this as well. Is I don't believe that anybody gets up in the morning. I don't believe any mom or any dad gets up in the morning and goes to the grocery store or plans dinner or plans life with the intention on causing harm.
Yeah.
I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't believe that we're programmed to do that. I believe that it's, as a parent and as a husband and even a friend, you know, the last thing I'm going to do is invite somebody over to my home for dinner and think, I'm poisoning them or I'm putting something harmful into their bodies. We're just not wired that way, right? So we get up, we plan our meals for the day, or we plan our meals for the week, and we do what feels right for our family. So you go to the grocery store, you buy soap for your family, for your kids and everything. You buy the sexy looking box of soap because that's the one that catches your eye, and it may say the word natural on it. So you're purchasing that natural bar of soap. Well, the only thing natural about that natural bar of soap is the word natural. Um, and that's a whole other discussion. Um, so so you bring that home because we were talking about the foods earlier, right? And the what's going into our digestive system.
Yeah.
But little do people even, and this is back to that, taking a minute to to check out and think and understand, well, our skin is our largest, biggest organ on our body. So not only is it so apparent of what we're putting in through our mouth and into our digestive system, but the things that we put on our skin, our skin is 1,000 times the size of our stomach, right? And our skin is designed to absorb. So whatever we put on our skin, we are bringing into our body, right? Creating immune response and creating these different things. So here's just some common ingredients in soaps. Well, we picked on foods a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene. And please forgive me if I say these things wrong. Synthetic antioxidants that are used to extend a product's shelf life are carcinogens, hormone disruptors, and may even cause liver damage.
Ooh.
Okay, there's one. Dioxin, a chemical some think is good for the skin, is derived from coconut. However, due to over-processing, it's a toxic chemical that can adversely impact kidney, brain, and liver function.
Crazy.
Awesome. Formaldehyde, commonly used to preserve beauty products. Carcinogen was linked to asthma, neuropathy, developmental toxicity. All right, so that comes across in Coroutine 15, DMDH, hydration. Like they relabel it in other sort of names to throw you off the pace, right? Camidorphalbutene is a synthetic detergent and substance that increases spreading of wetting properties, right? So that's the lathering side of soap. Used, for the foaming action. Found in a number of hygiene products, used to prevent the growth of bacteria and mold, hormone disruptors, and disrupt the important hormone functions in the body. List goes on.
I believe it.
Sodium lauryl sulfate, right? Triggers skin irritation and allergies, rashes. So we're just blindly buying these products, thinking we're doing something good, and causing the concerns that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. And even so, the soap, it's an added thing, but even the water, like the water as you're showering, bathing, whatever it is, like there's stuff in the water too. And so my husband, he just had a recent story about that where we haven't gotten those filters yet, but like parent life, where you stop taking showers for a few days in a row or whatever, because he had stopped using soap or was using just the clean soaps. But then he kind of like had a block where he wasn't even showering, and he had this like little rash that he was trying to get rid of. And like during that span of not showering is when it went away, and we're just like, man, like it was the water.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have to get one of those filters, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just feeding the rash, the bacteria, the fungus, whatever's creating, that symptom on the body, right?
Yeah. So that goes to the whole everything you can control. Like it's ideal to be aware of what you control and try and minimize those things, because there's some things that are a lot harder to control, like your water supply or, like the air supply and all of those things, where it's like what you can do can go a long way. And it'll never be perfect, but hey, at least you can do what you can do.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
And it's just inspiring to just go on this journey of learning and understanding, right? And not knowing all the answers and not being an expert or professional, we're just going to take this through the layman's eyes of understanding and learning with the information that's in front of us.